It is Labor Day, 2024. Now, everyone knows that Labor Day is really May 1st. Okay, I talked about this yesterday. But anyway, happy Labor Day. It's a Monday, so it's also the opening salvo or the order of Monday morning. And there'll be for those of you who are in the Sacramento area and may be wondering, there is Monday Night Magic class tonight because some people can actually come to Monday Night Magic class because it's Labor Day, and so we're happy to schedule Monday Night Magic class. We're discussing, because that's what Monday Night Magic classes are about. We're discussing the tarot card, the Hierophant, and in particular, the Hierophant as embodied in the Hierophant of the Thoth Tarot. So we're looking forward to that. I've got my slides ready, and Constance and I we always kind of chew on things because we sort of facilitate the class together. Anyway, that's that. It is Labor Day, and that has always kind of sadly marked the end of summer. And but here in Sacramento, it's still kind of warm. It got up to 90 some degrees yesterday. But anyway, there's a feeling in the air that fall is coming. And in this neighborhood, that means megatons of leaves. There's more trees in Sacramento, I've heard, than in Paris. So it's a big tree city. Anyway, today I wanted to discuss something concerning well, like the Holy Guardian Angel and things like that. And I remember I wrote something somewhere that pertained to what I wanted to discuss, and it dawned on me where it was, and it's in my introduction to the new Hermetics, okay, by my friend Jason Newcomb. The new Hermetics, 21st Magic for Illumination and Power, and that's a 2004 book. And I wrote this exactly 20 years ago to be included. I think I wrote this in November. Let's see, maybe I even wrote it here. Well, no. Anyway, I'd like to share it with you right now. And I start off with an epigraph, okay? And the epigraph is from a play by William Shakespeare. The play is The Merchant of Venice, which is a bizarre. Shakespeare was sort of like the wild things that you see on Hulu or Max or Netflix, sort of a modern. It's full of weird, disturbing violence and great wisdom and sex all kind of smashed together like an episode of Boardwalk Empire. and But anyway, and it's Shakespeare, so it's great philosophy. Almost every character and every character's line is an utterance of profound truth, whether it's the villain or the hero or the anti-hero or the anti-villain or the tragic hero, or even the comic relief clowns. Okay, every word that comes out of their mouth is, in a sense, a great truth. And so there's almost nothing you can ignore in Shakespeare, unless it's, of course, the troops are ready, sir, something like that. Uh, there's a pearl of wisdom everywhere. And this is a scene where Lorenzo is talking to Jessica uh, in Merchant of Venice, and it's Act 3. No, it's Act 4, Scene 1. But listen to this. There's not the smallest orb which thou beholdest, but in his motion, like an angel sings. Okay, so if you can imagine a planet or a star or an atom, there's not the smallest orb which thou beholdest, but in his motion like an angel sings, still queering to the young-eyed cherubims. I'm going to say that once again. It's just so freaking cool. There's not the smallest orb which thou beholdest, but in his motion like an angel sings, still quivering to the young-eyed cherubims. Queering, singing like a choir. Okay, still singing. Still queering to the young-eyed cherubims. Such harmony is in immortal souls. But whilst this muddy vesture of decay doth grossly close it in, we cannot hear it. There's not the smallest orb which thou beholdest, but in his motion like an angel sings, still queering to the young-eyed cherubims. Such harmony is in immortal souls. But whilst this muddy vesture of decay doth grossly close it in, we cannot hear it. Did he just roll out of bed and that pop out of it? Okay. But I digress. That was Shakespeare. This is me. To slip the muddy vesture of decay, in which essence of our immortal soul, like a sleeping princess, lies entombed, is the great work. It is the sacred quest of the mystic, alchemist, yogi, and magician. But it is also the inescapable destiny of every unit of evolving consciousness in the universe. But how do we go about extricating this pristine essence from the tomb that so grossly closes us in? We can chip it away like a clay cocoon. Can we shed it like a serpent's skin? Can we wash ourselves clean of it? We can try. Indeed, plotting the escape from this prison of matter is the raison d'etre of the world's great religions. As Hindus and Buddhists, we deny it as illusion. As Christians, we attempt to bribe our way free with a ransomed Savior. And together with the other people of the book, Muslims and Jews, we hate and fear it like a devil, make war upon it like an enemy, flee from it like a sin, and discarding God-given common sense, gamble our souls on the historicity of myths and obedience to scriptural law, so that after death we might discover we've won the prize of immortality. Such efforts in and of themselves will remain forever doomed. For while they're effective instruments for spiritual crowd control, they ignore one very fundamental and paradoxical cosmic truth. That is, the tomb of matter, the, quote, muddy vesture of decay, unquote, is itself an inextricable part of the essence of our immortal soul. For is it not written that the temple of initiation is also a tomb? Under the heading Hermetics Old and New, because this is an introduction to Jason Newcomb's marvelous book, The New Hermetics. I'm particularly pleased and honored Mr. Newcomb has asked me to pen a foreword to this remarkable book. Remarkable in that it offers more than musings and the retelling of ancient material. Remarkable in that he demonstrates so pleasantly that one can focus intensely upon the mystery teachings of the past without isolating oneself from the discoveries and revelations of the present. That one can unite the modern sciences of the mind with the wonders and wisdom of the ages. It's a labor not too dissimilar to the works of a number of individuals who, in the twilight of the golden ages of Egypt and Greece, shared their wisdom in a body of mystical texts purportedly written by the god Thoth, or Hermes Trismegistos. Foremost among these is one that bears the name of its mythical author, the Emerald Tablet of Hermes. Tradition maintains it was the first revelation of God to mankind, that it was cast in liquid emerald by the magic of alchemy, its raised letters revealing in 13 short verses the universal operations of nature. It is the famous work that gave us the fundamental Hermetic axiom, "It is true and no lie, certain and to be depended upon, that the superior agrees with the inferior, and the inferior with the superior, to effect that one truly wonderful work." Verses 5 and 6 go on to provide the diligent aspirant the mystical key by which he or she can arise from the tomb of matter, even while acknowledging the tomb is an integral part of the self. The power is perfect after it has been united with the spiritus earth. Separate the spiritus earth from the dense or crude earth by means of a gentle heat with much attention. By the way, I'm using the translation from Manly Palmer Hall's that I first read it in his book, The Lost Keys of Freemasonry. It is the profoundest of cosmic ironies. The divine power, our true spiritual essence, does not achieve perfection until it hits rock bottom, the rock bottom of the cosmos, the dense and crude earth. It remains imperfect until the moment of entombment, for the simple reason that until that dark nadir is reached, the experiential adventure of existence remains incomplete. And self is not yet endowed with the entire spectrum of the light of consciousness, from spirit to matter, from the highest high to the lowest low. This is why Hermetic tradition informs us that the highest angelic hosts envy the children of the dust because humans have something they will never have, a little bit of everything, from the top to the bottom. High as they are, the angels are stuck in divine middle management, without a complete stash of the raw material necessary to clone themselves back to Godhead. Aleister Crowley describes this process as, quote, the general doctrine that the climax of the descent into matter is the signal for the redintegration by spirit. And redintegration is an archaic word meaning restoration to a former estate. Once the lowest low has been reached, the power is perfect and the process of return is initiated. The Emerald Tablet of Hermes tells us how to begin. We are to, quote, separate the spirituous earth from the dense or crude earth by means of a gentle heat with much attention. This doesn't mean that we are to cook ourselves over a low flame, although in the symbolic language of alchemy, that's pretty much what we do. It means that through a slow, balanced, and gentle process, we are to, with great attention, we are to distill the essence of our being, the song of our soul, from the muddy vestures of decay. This is the initiatory process of the Hermeticist, old and new. A balanced and gentle program of study, practice, meditation, mixed with the effects of one's own inherited destiny, whether you call that luck or good fortune or karma. Initiation is not a reward for achievement or even a seal of attainment. Indeed, the initiate may never attain, at least not in this incarnation. Initiation means to begin. And the first question a candidate is asked at the threshold of the temple is simply, are you ready to begin? Are you? If so, I can think of no better place to start than this marvelous book of Jason's. You hold in your hand right now a balanced and gentle program of study, practice, and meditation. To this, you must add the most important ingredient of all, yourself, the sum total of the highest high and the lowest low, your inherited destiny. And that's my Labor Day message to you, because you can never rest from the great work. Until tomorrow, continue to be good to yourself, be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will.